for joining us at this emergence broadcast. I've just come from taking a walk. I didn't intend to broadcast today, and but there are urgent matters that requires that we handle. And the emergence matters regards the national registration of voters. I'm told we have a huge crisis with the commencement of the voter registration that was commenced by the Electoral Commission of Zambia. I can see we haven't even spelled that properly. Let me correct it because I've just done this in a hurry. Our people have been calling that the registration of voters is of concern. And I therefore rushed that we should have this broadcast. Okay, I think it's corrected. So we have the Electoral Commission of Zambia commenced a voter registration exercise. And that exercise seems to have gone terribly bad in areas, especially of where people suspect is areas of the opposition. So Lusaka, Copperbelt, and areas like northern Mchinga, Luapula, and eastern provinces haven't gone very well. Your role is to call and confirm if that is true. That is your role today. So I'm having an urgent broadcast. I didn't intend to have any broadcast today, but if we have a national crisis regarding voter registration, and the Electoral Commission of Zambia is misconducting itself, it's very important that we discuss it, and if it is true, we expose the ECZ. Remember, the opposition have said that it is not possible that the current composition of the Electoral Commission of Zambia can deliver a free and fair elections. Government has already been accused in the issuance of NRCs. There were numerous reports that the issuance of NRCs has been going on for the last 2 years in Southern Province, Western and Northwestern provinces. How did we know this? Is that the officials that were tasked with this mandate began to send us messages that, hey, for 90 days we have not been paid allowances. For 120 days we haven't been paid allowances. That's how we learned that there was this huge exercise going on in these areas. The Ministry of Home Affairs finally came and, commenced a nationwide issuance of NRC, and it went very bad in Mchinga, Northern and Luapula provinces. We showed you videos, and I'm going to look for these videos, where some NRCs were being issued written in hand. And I'm glad that both the NRC, the National Registration Office, and the Minister of Home Affairs confirmed and pledged that these NRCs will be reissued. So by issuing an NRC in a handwritten note, it meant that those NRCs were invalid. You can't use them to get jobs. You can't use them for voting. You can't use them for getting a driver's license. And there were a lot of excuses during this period. Iyo takuli inki, iyo genset tailebomba, iyo camera tailebomba, until the exercise wound up. And now we are at a stage where the Electoral Commission of Zambia is registering voters. And again, we are hearing numerous reports. And surprisingly, they are saying in Southern, Western, Northwestern province is going on smoothly, unimpeded, without any issue. In Lusaka, there are two people that are detained at Kalingalinga police post because the leadership movement party staged a protest in Kalingalinga that since they started the voter registration, this exercise is not working in this area. And you saw, is it Dr. Slunga, the president, when he went to see his cadres that were locked up, again, you've seen that video of our young brother from KBN, IP, Innocent Piri, at the confrontation with the UPND, who were saying you cannot be in this area, you can't come and see these boys that have been locked up. And there was that confrontation. So there are these allegations against the ECZ. I said the opposition have laid it on the table that it is not possible for this current structure of the ECZ to deliver a free and fair elections for two reasons. The chairperson, Mwangala Zalomes, is UPND. And it's the first time that Zambia is having a known judge. She's a lawyer. She's qualified to be a judge, but she's not a judge. That's why she was even UPND. But for the first time, we have a judge, a UPND member who's heading this very sensitive portfolio. There's McDonald Penzi, who's one of the commissioners, who's again a professed UPND member, even attempted to stand in Siavonga. Then there are these two technical experts. Dr. Kasaro, he was dismissed in 2016 because he was accused. He's a technical expert, very qualified. He's in fact, implemented e-voting and electronic voting across Africa. He's very qualified. But at ECZ in 2016, he was accused and disciplined, and matters even went to the police, that he was tampering with the system to enable the UPND win an election, to enable President Hakainde win an election. Now you can imagine such a person who's UPND, who was dismissed at TCZ for attempting to tamper with results for the benefit of the UPND, is now in charge. So you saw Fred Membe, myself, and all opposition leaders have objected that Kasaro should not be chief elections officer. He has brought in another gentleman, a professor, I'll get his name, is it Professor Mwanza? I'll get the name, from the University of Zambia. The two of them were at TCZ, they were accused of the same thing. So you can imagine you have two persons who are going to run these elections. They are running voter registration, and they are experts at their work. But there are these moral and ethical accusations against them. So you have four distinct persons running ECZ. Can you have a free and fair elections? So with all these, we are doing this special broadcast for you to tell us what is happening in your area. The number to call is there, and I'll be opening phone lines now. Teri ashiriandi, riashiriani, mumwanjitatu. Atu ambassador kabieni live kuri chintu kuno kuri chintu. So ngeko chiri. Ambeni ukutuma ichalo chile miumfwa.
Today we stand at a crossroads, not just of politics but of conscience. The passing of our humble president, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, is not only a moment of mourning, it is a moment of reckoning. Let this be a message to every future politician of Zambia. Power is not a crown. It is a responsibility. You are not above the people, you are born of them. You are raised by their trust, and you are judged by how you honor it. What we witnessed during President Lungu's health challenges must never happen again. No family should be dragged through courtrooms while grieving. No widow should plead for dignity. No orphan should wait for justice to bury their father. This is not the Zambia.
Kala my sister. Oh, kuchoma. Nomba kuchoma ati vale chita register no bushiku.
Yes.
He, nomba abantu kuchoma ku Southern Province bengi tabapwa.
Baambire marriage. Marriage baambire na kubaiki. Nalirandire fivi mpabena Blaze. Napabena Queen Mpumi nalirandire fi. Gama munafe bakateka bayisa kono. Nishi lyashiri abale bonfye ndeki. Bale bonfye abantu bale ingira mu mishi dipi. Dipi up to nanomba nifima voters of bale chita swap. Unstoppable for bale chita swap.
Nisha banta bale kufuaya.
Because nalikwata so ndefo alimbinde yansende nangumairo. Every chita swap.
Aho mukayesenda tukachita protect ama vote bakafingishira PSF. Tukachita protect kuingisha fira koma nawo sanga bashishita taba akafingishe baka ichusha fira bale unaola fempia mule pepera kufe chalo chesu no kulanda kwefine mule twebako mukwae
ati kunonde province takwina chira mwana pali bakalaba
na ina nintamba video apa pene ama light yala yoko mwikala imwe
iPhone 24/7 nangumira ngenje ishe kamera ninkwatanya mema light swap
Tayaya.
Nangwante.
Ye mwelesa. Ha.
Na women are free, she intact. If you set up a problem, you might now.
Mwelesa wakabra mwakapaturu akanisha tala mwana po fia beef.
This is the reality. Na mkombo ni monse nabakwata maraiti abantu tabakwata problem hii. Ifo kikala mtauni eri awe 24/7.
But mule mwana shani situation uko bali sekera mwe fia teka ba brurusheso.
Bengi bale msupporta.
Kuko kumwabo.
Yes.
Kamaraiti tayaya.
But futi kuli bambi abalela ndata atunasha atuchima. Atunasha nomba tulechula. Batana bambo kulanda but ninda nimbona balela ndata aleya.
Please call. The lines are open. This is your broadcast. It's not my broadcast. You colleagues are the ones that are in the country, in Zambia. And the Electoral Commission of Zambia embarked on nationwide voter registration. There have been numerous reports this week that the exercise is not going very well, especially in areas that are deemed to be opposition. This is called voter suppression, where you frustrate voters so that they have to come several times to the polling station to register, where you frustrate them out of registering. It's called voter suppression. There have been very little NRC's issued in these areas, and now we are seeing in the voter registration the same crisis. Caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from, and tell us your experience.
Good evening, Ambassador, and good evening, my fellow Zambians. This is Zephania. I'm calling from Lusaka. Actually, I will talk about my experience. But before I talk about my experience, I want to say I want to exercise my displeasure with the Electoral Commission of Zambia. This issue of voter registration, they wrote that memo on Saturday, and it was posted at their page at 16:39. That was Saturday. Then it commenced the following day on a Sunday. So I was shocked to see that the communication was just within the hours, and expected that people who are going to be accredited, those who will be now checking that what's going on, how are they going to communicate? How did they communicate with the stakeholders like opposition parties and so forth? Now, for me, yesterday I wanted to see whether voter registration is going like the usual. Mwamba, I was shocked when I went there in the morning. I found a young man who was, I think, turned 18 in February, and he was told that the system has rejected him. Then I went there. I lost my voter's card. I wanted to renew. We were the two of us. When I went there, I was told that they don't have a police report. I was told to go to the nearest police station. I said, but according to the experience, ECZ were supposed now to create there is a waiver which they have put for police report that anyone who has lost NRC voter's card or NRC, they can get immediately and register. But I was shocked. I was told to go to the nearest police station, which I went there. I found that they didn't have police report. I had to go and photocopy myself to give those for 40 kwacha, about 20 copies, which I left at the police post. Now, when you look at this, it frustrates people. When they go there, they found that they cannot issue a voter's registration because there is no police report. Because they were supposed, there at the center, the police officer is supposed to issue, everything should be there so that they can enhance. It is disappointing. I doubt whether Zambians are going to vote because they will be vote uppers, and this is vote suppression indeed, because they never even went into the communities to sensitize people. There is no sensitization. So I don't know what ECZ they are trying to achieve. And this is a wake-up call for the opposition party that they must unite and make sure that, because if they are not taking care about electoral system, definitely they are going to leak these elections. So this is the time that opposition parties, they should come together and make sure that we mobilize our people. Otherwise, the turnout is not that pleasing. I have that experience. I went there. I've gone into another center. It's the turnover is very low, because like here in Mandevu, I think they are saying, where I went at the Lutheran center. Yesterday it was their last day. They said they've been there for 4 days. So they will move to another center, because in Mandevu we have 8 wards. So instead of being stationed in each ward so that they can be there for 1 month, so meaning they are there for 4 days until when they say the system is not okay, then they will go back. So this is the voter suppression. So ECZ, they are not fair. They are trying to suppress, and they encouraging people to have vote apathy in 2026 so that it can be in their favor. But what they don't realize by UPN is that the same vote apathy, it will turn against them, because Zambians are ready to change the government. They are not in support. So the few who have registered, they will turn out in numbers, and they are going to be shocked. And this is what I wanted to contribute. Otherwise, it's a failed project which ECZ are doing now.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Zephania. Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name's John.
Yes, John.
This is No Fear Unity. We are Zambians. My full name's Gerald Anthony Batts, calling you from within Lusaka.
No Fear Unit. I like that. I like that. No Fear Unit.
Yes.
Proper Gen Z.
No Fear
Wonderful.
Unity. You know, we as Zambians should take responsibility for our leaders. It is wrong to say, no, God is going to come and change this situation. Then why do we have these leaders representing us? Then we should forget about having leaders. Leaders are like our parents. They should create an environment for us to strive and develop ourselves. So talking about the topic today about ECZ is that we as Zambians should be very careful with what the current government is doing. And in my life, growing up since I was born and looking at the political arena, it's the first time we've seen ECZ telling people to go and register without proper sensitization and, telling people that it's time to register vote. And this literally shows us to say that ECZ has a hand with the current government to try to suppress the people in terms of registering and verifying their voters' cards. One other issue that I want to bring up, comrade, is that it is wrong to say people cannot get their voters' cards that registered in 2016 and the like. When we talk about voter registration, it's everyone. Those who lost their NRCs should replace them. Those who lost their voters' cards should register. And those who have not voted before. So if ECZ is going to come to the people and register people as voters without gen sets and, going off in weekdays. We all know that government institutions work from Monday to Friday. They are the only people who have an advantage to say they only work on Saturday. They don't work on Saturday and Sunday. Why can ECZ not give us the full days for us to register as voters? So what we want is all leaders that are aspiring as candidates, as councillors, MPs, or presidential candidates should go out in these polling stations and make sure that all people vote. Michael Sata, our president, may so rest in peace, used to go into polling stations and make sure people are voting. When you go to Southern Province, people are being ferried in canters, going to register because they know it's their stronghold. So we, as Zambians, should protect ourselves by making sure that we push and make sure that we register as voters, we come in numbers. Already we have an issue, comrade, whereby people are frustrated in our leaders. They don't want to vote. There are people who already have voters cards, but they don't want to vote because people have lost confidence in our leaders. So what we are urging all Zambians is, please, all Zambians, this is a call out to all Zambians, especially the youths. There's a saying that says, imitikula empanga. These leaders that are leading us today are offspring of the colonial government who benefited from the Kaunda and they became leaders today. So today, it is us, the youths, who feel the pain. The Kaundas and them felt the pain during the colonial because they were being pushed and they stood out and fought the system. Gatakwanisa kumenya wazungu who have everything. Why can we not fail to remove a fellow black man, a white man who is with us here in Zambia and has failed? So Zambians, let's go and vote. Let's go and register as voters. Let's verify our votes because our vote counts. We're not like other countries who go and protest and fight, in the streets because we are cowards in one way or another. We're not like the Zambia that was there in the 90s and in the 80s back then. But we can all speak through the ballot. So the ballot is where all of us should be heading. So
thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother.
Closing remarks, comrade. I want to urge all the youths to take responsibility to go and register numbers and put a leader that is going to create an environment for us to strive and develop our country. Thank you, comrade.
Thank you. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Zulu, calling from Lusaka, Zambia.
Yes, sir. Make your contributions.
Thank you.
What has been your experience?
Yes, I was on the ground, Ambassador, and this is what I want to share.
Thank you.
To start with, even the sensitization itself wasn't that much. I was meeting people who were not even aware that the exercise is ongoing. I don't know if it was by design by ECZ or it was just a mere omission, I don't know. But certain people are not even aware that this exercise is going. Then, some people are being turned away due to load shedding. They'll go to polling centers, find that there's no power there. They are told to go and come back later. Now, people have got things to do. They fend for their families. They cannot spend the whole day going to polling stations to register. Once they go there, they bounce, then that's it. They will not register. We had a meeting with ECZ. That was last month at Mulungushi International Conference Center. We confronted them on the issue of load shedding. We even referred to what was happening during the registration and the likes. We were assured that ECZ has already looked into that, and we believe that they will provide backup so that people are not bouncing at registration centers. So what is happening is very unfortunate, and I call upon ECZ to up their game. This is not good. And lastly, it's my appeal also to opposition leaders. I think they need to take the lead. They are not taking this exercise seriously. We don't want tomorrow when the registration results come out, they show certain areas with high registered numbers, then there are strongholds with non-registered numbers, then they start crying out. That will be too late.
Thank you, my brother.
Take the lead now.
Thank you.
I submit.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name's Jabota Mwetwachilinda.
Jabota, how are you?
Fine, and how are you, Ambassador?
You did very well on my podcast, and I would like to thank you for coming. You had such a huge turnout. Thank you very much. I think we need to bring you back to come and discuss issues like this.
Actually, I'm very ready to discuss this issue, especially on this voter registration.
What has been your experience?
My experience has been very bad. I went through the voter registration centers yesterday and today. Close to in my constituency, like Chilenje Hall, when I went there, Ambassador Mwamba, it was a sad sight. There is literally no one. The man who was registering the voters' cards was actually dozing. I found him dozing. There is nobody there. And when I went there, I asked the agent there, why is it empty? Is it the system is not working? He told me, no, there's just no traffic. People are not coming through. So I wondered what could be the issue. Then I went outside the Chilenge Hall, which is close to the market, Chilenge Market, and asked people, why aren't you guys registering? And everyone was saying, it says that voter registration in Ayamba. There hasn't been enough sensitization, Ambassador. If you remember the previous voter registrations that were happening, Kwale Bamu Road, or rather in the community, we used to have Karaka Motoka announcing to people that voter registration has started. That has not happened anywhere in my constituency. So tomorrow I'll be the one doing that myself, since my ECZ have not done the sensitization. Then on top of that, what's even much, which is very disappointing, is that when you take a look, when you listen to the radio, you will notice that majority of the radio stations don't have ECZ adverts sensitizing the public that voter registration has started. And the few stations that have those adverts, they will only play that advert every after 4 hours or so. The adverts are not even on heavy rotation. In the past, you could have adverts play every after 10 minutes. So you wouldn't miss them even if you listened to the radio for just a couple of minutes. But there is nothing, absolutely nothing. If you check ECZ's Facebook page, yesterday ECZ only made 4 posts. 2 were not even about voter sensitization or anything to do with voter registration. Nothing. And then those 4 posts, none of them were boosted or sponsored for them to reach a wider audience. They are doing this on purpose. This is systematic. It's deliberate. They are trying to ensure that people don't know that the voter registration is underway. But I have received report from the Ichawa coming from Southern Province, and they've told us the sensitization in Southern Province is through the roof. And there are lines upon lines in every voter registration center. But whilst in my constituency and other places which are not the current regime strongholds are bare, there is no one registering to vote. Whilst in Southern Province and Western, there are lines upon lines. This is systematic, and you can tell that voter suppression is the way, because a government that has actually a government that has delivered would never fear their non-strongholds from registering to vote. They are doing this systematically. We've heard rumors that the second day of voter registration, about 80,000 people had 80,000 new voters have been recorded in Southern Province. Now, that is a rumor. I don't know if it is true or not, but those are stories we are hearing. It is quite sad. The information we are getting, there is basically nothing in the non-UPND stronghold happening. But in their strongholds, I am expecting so many numbers that will be registered that they will be ballooned, they will dwarf every other region of the country. This is systematic, Ambassador, and I am very much disappointed.
Thank you, Chabota, for that. Report exactly what's happening in his area, in his constituency in Kabwata. Thank you very much, and thank you for your contribution. Okay, core. This is your core. I was not meant to have this broadcast. Ladies and gentlemen, you said I should have this broadcast because of the crisis. Let the people hear you. Let our people hear you. Let them hear you of your experience.
Kala, my sister. Oh, kuchoma. Nomba kuchoma ati vale chita register no bushiku.
Yes.
He, nomba abantu kuchoma ku Southern Province bengi tabapwa.
Baambire amareji baambire nakuba ichi. Nalirandire efi mpabena Blaze. Napabena Queen Mpumi nalirandire efi. Gama munafe bakateka bayisa kono. Nishi lyashirya bale bonfye ndeki. Bale bonfye abantu bale ingira mu mishi dipi. Dipi up to nanomba nifima voters of bale chita swap. And stop it both bale chita swap.
Nisha banta bale kufuaya.
Because nalikwata so ndefo alimbinde yansende nangumairo. Every chita swap.
Aho mka yesenda tukachita protect ama vote bakafingishira PSF. tukachita protect kuingisha vita koma nawo sanga bashishita taba akafingishe bakaichusha fe badaona ola fempia mulepepera kufe chalo chesu nokulanda kwefine muletwe bako mukwaye
ati kunothern province takwina chira mwana pali bakalaba
na ine nintamba video apa pene amalaiti alayoko mwikala imwe
ife 24/7 nangumirange nje kamera ninkwatania malaiti swapa
tayaya
tatangwante
iye mwelesa ha
nangu imina ni free shiri intact fyonse tapaba problem ya malaiti kunao
mwelesa wakabra mwakapatulu akanisha talamu unapo fya befi.
This is reality. Na mkomboni monse babakwata malaiti abantu tabakwata problem hii ikwakikala mtauni ili awe 24/7
but mule mona shani situation uko balisekera mwe fyateka babrurushesu
bengi bale msupporta
kuko kumwabo
yes
kama right tayaya
but futi kuli bambi abalela ndati atunasha atuchima atunasha nomba tulechula batana bambo kulanda but ndani mbona balela ndati aleya katana kubulimi aleya.
Thank you very much. The broadcast is live. Share. Let's have as many people who had the experience on this matter as possible. Caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from. Yes, caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Sorry, I'm having network issues here. I don't know if you're getting me.
Yes, we can get you.
Okay, this is Abraham Rooney Kapia.
Yes, Mr. Kapia. Make your contribution.
Yes. For me, I've just called to... we have seen what is happening right now in our country. And especially during this time. And the way these guys are trying to take our... I don't know, they are taking us for granted. That's the thing. Zambians are too, we are, all of us, we are sleepy because we are not doing anything. And since we are not doing anything, they are okay with it and they are happy with whatever is going on because they know we can't do anything. This is very dangerous for a country like Zambia. The only thing I would love to add opposition once because our opposition opposition once. One thing I would love to advise them is please, they can ukurwa. Ukokurwa for munerwa, because if we were to unite, unite once, mwaposa mano. Opposition. Opposition na mutrekeresha because na muleka wa UPND wale tefinda balingira kulashita. So what I would love to advise them is to do this. Since UPND na afro kushita na announce na nguba ba ICZ na afro kushita announce kubantu kwe but voter registration ile chitika. Ba opposition bonse sendeni nyotoka. Mubike nama megaphones pa myotoka shenu shonse mwambe kushunguruka mu kyalo konse ko mushibe ko bati mastromos yenu nangu monse omule muliko batale kitamo announce ambere kushunguruka ekyalo kyonse mwambe kushita kubirikisha abantu benshi bokwe bati kuri voter registration because yiba shitira UPND iteri barete abayisize bayibasize barishuko ko bati ni ba UPND so ba opposition bonse beme bambe kushita kushunguruka ukushita sensitize abantu benshi bokwe bati ifire shitika kanifi because pama radio pama TV tapali pona ma adversaries. So please ngamwamona nangu akali kwali bali mina mosanga na billboard na wika but this time around you won't find that. So please our opposition take it upon yourselves and do the right thing for Zambia. Otherwise okumya afi muchinka tukesa mkola ali ya fechapamo ngata muchenjere. If you want to register ku Southern Province, if you want to register kwamba nokula pita mu polling stations mu ma registration centers ukupita mu bwino kumonefera ekitika buno bwino bafuire bakitefintu if you're right. The other thing if balesita balebikapo abantu pale kama polling stations balebikapo abantu whereby ngayingira omuntu alembesha afuma asituma voters card yobe bamulembe wamona bamulemba mukumibuku lyabo amakaddas ba UPND balesanga mu polling stations. So ba opposition namuyikala mulela kafi mune tumvuje sana ekifukushi mune tumvuje sana ekifukushi kwati mulela takala kafi mwe pusana fie uyu ni nebo timuyikale se mweka bosi mweka spanch mwambo kutunga ko bati potivyo muntu shupa fiyo lero ni nebo mayo ni nebo mwama pa ichalo chibateka abantu babiri nangu batatu ichalo uteka ni umupa mukupali pa punch time. So ikatane ni lekela bengo fya ine nebo mwene ni fresh tika because abapenga nga mwapusa hapa na muka misado ko badi bali dinga you won't become president because ni chama bali kinga kali ama elections na mulala mulela kala kasi opposition na mutrekeresha atotera mkwai.
Thank you very much, my brother. Very angry at us, the leaders in the opposition. We don't seem to grasp the crisis and priorities. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, my dear sister, I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ambassador, for bringing this program today. Following what is going on or concerning this matter, I'm so happy that you have come and you are here to make us speak on this matter, because if we don't speak as Zambians, then we are doomed. Because you know what is happening is just like the previous callers, I heard Chabota's voice, I've heard Ronnie's voice. I'm going to add my voice to this as well, Ambassador. And my question is to the opposition leaders, why are they not taking keen interest to make sure that this matter is followed up so much so that the people who want to be, I don't know, there's some background noise.
No, please proceed. We can hear you.
Okay. I don't know why the opposition leaders, they are not taking interest in this matter, just as they have not taken interest in Bill 7. Ambassador, if you follow events the way they followed, they are coming out. You don't see opposition parties coming together and say, colleagues, let's fight this issue of Bill 7. Let's fight this issue of voter registration. They're not doing that. They're waiting for people to speak for them. We don't have a leader like Michael Chinsasata who follow these people and make noise. We have to stand up and tell these opposition leaders, yes, I've seen people are saying the opposition leaders ask people, we don't have a problem, that's why we're speaking. But let those people who are fighting that they should be voted take interest and make sure that they go around into the voter registration voter registration centers and ensure that people are coming there. If they're not able to come, we've heard there's no sensitization that has been done. Charlotte has taken an initiative to say he's going to do it himself. Why not tell one or two people to say, colleague, this is what is going on. How do we move forward? Especially in the places where we know that we'll continue crying. Yes, they're not doing this, they're not doing this, they're not doing this. Let's come up with initiatives. We realize that this is not being done. We come up with initiative. Colleagues, this one has offered. Who is available to say, okay, I'm going to take up an initiative? We've not had sensitization. Why is ECZ doing what they're doing? They're doing for voter suppression, which is not good. Give the rights of Zambians to do what? To go and register so that they can come and vote. I think, Ambassador, my other request to you, being the person that you are, you speak to these opposition leaders. I don't know how you can help us. Let them find, like we are saying, identify people who can quickly go in these areas and do what? Encourage people to vote. Let there be a proper sensitization, publicity on this matter. Thank you, Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Thank you, caller. Please tell us your experience, where if you've participated in the voting or what you've heard or what is happening to you. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
I think for now I can remain anonymous because of maybe something that I would love to say.
Anonymous, proceed.
Yeah, sure. So, Ambassador, we have a team that we constituted from different people put up some money to put up a team that is checking on what is happening in terms of voter registration. So we have a team in Southern Province and other parts of the country, and what is happening is very, very, very worrying. In Southern Province, Western Province, and those places that are deemed to be the opposition, the ruling party strongholds, they are registering people even at night. They have put gensets, they have put lights, and they have Zanis going around to announce that the voter registration is on this and this and these points. And when you go to places that are deemed to be the strongholds, there's nothing that is happening. We have not a rumor. We have confirmed reports that in Wapura, for example, Northern and Mchinga, Zanis has not been allowed to go around to announce that the voter registration process is going at this and these places. And there are no placards, or not placards, there are no posters to show that at this and this point, that is where they are doing the voter registration from.
Yeah.
And then they have not supplied them with gensets or anything that is happening. Years back, Ambassador, in 2011, I was part of the people that were doing the voter registration. And thankfully, I did it in a place that is away from the stronghold that were deemed to be Arabi's stronghold during Arabian Sata's election. The process was well done. Everything was done. The adverts were done. Every announcers were going through Zanis and everything so that people can come in numbers and register. But what is happening right now is orchestrated, and this is a wake-up call to the opposition. We did this on our part with my friends in the diaspora, and to make sure that we take part in this and see what is happening where voter registration is concerned. But it's up to you now, the opposition, because you guys, when you are fragmented, when you are disunited, definitely we are not going to have it right. Because these guys, they have a mechanism and a plan that they want to register more people in their strongholds and make you disadvantaged in the places where you feel, okay, this one can get this and this one can get this. So we are doing this. We have a team that is going around to check on what is happening. Definitely they will give us a report more in form of a video that we are going to show. But it's just a wake-up call because time is moving, and definitely they have a plan not to extend the voter registration in those places. So I thought I should just share. That's why I said I wanted to be anonymous. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm sorry. I'm George Kasongo calling from Saka.
Yes, George. George, what has been your experience with this voters registration exercise?
Wow, good question. But it was my question back to you. So I'll respond on your presence, or on your behalf.
Thank you.
Yeah. To my side, first, we have seniors in, I don't know if you are talking about the group or just be a citizen.
My brother, I don't know who is calling. I've just picked up the line and I'm receiving calls because there is a concern in the country that the voter registration exercise is not going very well. So I have done this urgent broadcast and I want to hear from people their experience or their views about the matter.
No, on the ground, the situation is not going well. We have some complaints in the different areas. Like the other side, they are perfect on getting voters card, and there's no any diesel or ginseng, something like that. But the other side, there's those reasons. And if you count the number for our colleague Tonga this side, the number is more higher than even the last elections. So to my side, we are high up that question mark about the uses it, I don't know the uses it, that group of.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. Hello, please caller, please call and make your contributions. What has been your experience? We are doing an agent broadcast. Hello, caller, please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba.
Good evening.
This is Davis Chukumbi calling from Sasheke Katimamulilo precisely.
Thank you, David. Please contribute to us.
I heard one person talking about the load shedding, some other places that there is no load shedding and the like, and I want also to confirm here in Katimamulilo we don't have load shedding, we don't even know load shedding.
No.
Everyone in Katimamulilo can attest to what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If there is a power cut, then there must be other problem, not load shedding. We don't have load shedding here.
Wow.
Then, coming to the issue on the ground, which people they are talking about, like what President Kalaba said when he was in Imanza last time. Let me state this. It's us, the opposition, we are not serious of what we are doing. Our friends, when they were in opposition, what they were doing, they were mobilizing themselves. They look so for some people who have got vehicles, started transporting people, going to those centers to go and register. But why are we failing to do that? We have a number of people who can sacrifice their vehicles. Each and every village, they sacrifice a vehicle, they send a vehicle there to mobilize people, they jump in that vehicle and they go and register. Why are we failing to do that? We are not serious. Otherwise, we're just crying and crying just like that. Why? Because we are not serious. That is my submission. I thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hello, caller. Please call. We are discussing an urgent matter that has risen, the voters' registration crisis, where our people are not being treated fairly across the country. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
My name is Kasongole Muila. I'm calling from Serenge.
Please make your contribution, Kasongole.
Bamwamba wesu icho namona ine chakweva ati ba opposition bali ba infiltrated na ba UPND ishimengalato baba shitwala mu opposition kuyaona ola opposition bantu ba opposition nga chakweva chinave katana ero nomba bayingira na vena. Zambia is not a big country. Bayingira okuchita sensitize abantu ekishupire kinshi nomba bonse barefu afyo okubafye bonse babe ba president kushafa kifo icharo kifiri okuba at a time tufire fyo kukwata intunguru shimo nomba omulandu pantu muli ba UPND mulandu wine na lungu wine afwirire in that way ale bomba na ba UPND fyonse fyachitika basenda bayatwala ku UPND fyonse fyolungu alanda basenda batwala kuli akainde ushecharo efo chifuri okuba democracy there must be opposition nomba opposition muri ba UPND nation defimona nomba nangu chibe fyo mwa ishba ishitanga ya Afrika temulandu ne mingala toyo ama Zambians tuwalishi befo tuwabafwebeni nshitafe naifika abantu nga bakana nishi bakana na totera mukwai.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Please call. It's your broadcast. Let's listen from you. Please call. This is your broadcast. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Mr. Mwamba. This is Mutale. I'm calling from Lusaka.
Mutale, make your contributions.
Please, I just wanted to express my disappointment with the opposition. Just like other callers have already said, it's really annoying to see that all they are interested in is fighting for the presidency, which is not supposed to be the case. I think people need to realize that it's important that they know that elections are won on voter registration day and not on the actual election day. It is very important that they know that. You see, Mr. Mwamba, what's happening is very sad, and I'm getting very emotional with what I'm saying. So the opposition need to wake up. We can't continue like this. People need to wake up. Thank you so much, Mr. Mwamba.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Do not just want a leadership. Take people to vote, because those are the people that will vote for you. The UPND you've heard are providing canters. They are suppressing the vote in areas they know may not vote for them. What is the opposition doing? That's a cry of Zambians. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. This is Mkonge.
Bamunkonge mwashibuke nero mulishani uko.
Awe kwena shokuru kulisho kwa mtende ali mochira nkali papa ambassador wanensi kuno balishi wa politics. Balishi wa community. Balishi wa akachino sho ingalanda mwe.
Uko ku South Africa.
Sana so ili ashimulira nda kweli. Ngakale mu street ngakale. Kuya kula kune kuisize chikura fina abastana escort kuri wa police wa sta protest onishani rafini na lawyers bangira muna bambya abashalamu bapone na mufirafini nomba ya chirankalipa sana ambassador ine ndefoyo okulanda pa nsharumbuli abantu bambi ndefo okulanda pa bantu bandi ba PF bantu iba abantu bandi mulando wako bati wasata bali shara bali shakaleteni ndefo okulaba kwa bantu bandi ambassador nga narolisha sana mumuone platform mwali takwe mulando wakwe bati mwali kwata omutima w'abantu mwali kwata n'omutima wa chalo chenu bati muli okutali mulolesha platform ofo ile bomba nomba kuntungurushishesu ukutula imopo mwafumina muno mucharo nishira mwafumina mu mucharo mulando wakwe bati bonse bali abantu ababa mu kifungo mwe baba outside vale tangirira okutontonkanya ahead vali ishwo kubata babantu nga tawabika pa peace okutulera bakatuchita defeat ifi bisana vyose katubusaranganye barabale muri ko kuba ukweba kuti batuchimvya mu mano. That's why from outside na muri yayo amafya nomba ngwerere paliashi mumone campaign uno mwaka na ishupa ama politics yakayeno fo ya freedom takuli nomba bushentungurushi mwasha mu Zambia ambassador chile tontonkanye ishi muloleshe imo every day apaso yabanya agent mwapokerera amashwa yako bamwamuna it's concern charo chaona ikamwaisa the benefit yenu nomba intungurushishesu nendero mbako ngachakwe batirimbi fintu fya shupa pate yali kwatane misepera kababike misepera pantanshi structure ya pate yali bakonse mumone ini shita ya koshe chironganyo twakwata MPs banga ngufako fya MPs abasangwa kurusa koko batshinga bali 7 every day bali kuli platform mairo bali kuli platform mairo bali pali platform ine shitande baromba kwa ambassador imwana amwisa pa platform pano mulando wako bati muri okutali bena bali apepi nde baromba ko wonse wa mundubire ba nanikanya wa monde vekale panshi wonse barama MPs abakwata ama seats mu parliament bali kwata ama structures zakale mu ma constituency abo muri ama ward chairman vekale panshi bafunya kwa matu kwacha lone barama ward chairman chasenda abantu abali 12 ama nanikanya ama committee members tibapita konse kuma polling station bapita okumona fire chitika ngabasanga tapaji fire chitika ba pakwe bati unanikanya eri ashiri ama election mwera afuma ba PF they are able kweba tukusitasa stays abantu ukuishira fire chitika pakushikubwa lero first basarangane kurusa kokoko bali ero munchende mumbi mulo mushaba ma members of parliament kwali abayimirire kwa bapona babakulya nanomba bali kwa techiraka bafuire babemya barubinga ba chairperson first tareni tarukeni ngo kuri ba shoni tembo tabayishirwa ku cyaro nawe ne bazuma ntabayishirwa ku cyaro first abo bashani mu rusaka werere nkubantu afuenye abantu fe bare tapari fe bayishire fire chitika first isare na ama offices ayo tayako tenjito ya offices ukuri njito ni kubantu ine nshita yakwe bati nomba abantu bamyumfwe pali fire chitika sarangane nshite organize so nkenyu tumangwe musarangane imwe muri namukwata mwa capacity yakwe bati kuchitali chawo chabantu mukwangu fyanya na papera pali bamwamba turenda pa platform telefone next time abantu mwarasta organize bakatumya amafoni kuri platform y'abamwamba nga twabwera abali kumonzo ko abali kwisa PF it's everywhere kitene organize bamwe abantu ifire kitikana mali poti bapere basite sensitize na abantu bantu ababambya bapangira ma opposition parties bali no istataba kwanyishe tapali ofo beshe bajimwa ba PF namukwata data nama nambazi ama chairman mwalikwata ama nambazi aba branch chairman mwalikwata ingira mpati ama election mwirabera cyo tsari president first president nabeniko twamiromba please
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, my brother, I have to cut him. The numbers are piling. The numbers are piling. People want to speak. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, good evening, Emmanuel Mwamba. How
Good
are
evening.
you? This
Good
is
evening.
Don Oscar. I'm calling from Italy.
Father Oscar Mwansa Pombo. Make your contribution, sir.
Thank you very much. I think I'm happy, Emmanuel Mwamba, that you have come on this program, which you did not put on your schedule, and you have given us the information that it was an agent program. So I've participated as well because being an agent, I also have come to participate. Emmanuel Mwamba, what is happening at the moment? We are not going to accuse only the government, because at this moment in time, each and everyone knows that there is some incompetence in what the government is doing. There is some incompetence, and that President Hakainde Hichilema is not respecting the law as it is supposed to be done. This has been, we have seen it. Everyone have seen it. Even the UPND, they have seen it. There are many things that we can give as an example, but I'm not going to waste time in giving these examples. But why do I want now to talk about the opposition leaders is this? And I'm going to mention some of them. This is important that we mention some of them. Allow me to do that, please.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm appealing to the opposition leaders like Brian Mundumile, who is a candidate to becoming the PF presidential president, then Kelvin Fuwewalia, who is already a president, is an old politician. Binwa Mpundu is a member of parliament, the leader of Ichawaiche Socialist Party. Can you please remind me the name of the Socialist Party president, please?
Dr. Fred Membe.
So Socialist Party, Dr. Fred Membe, sir. And then Given Luinda, the acting president of Tonte Alliance, and the vice president of PF, then the young man, Kasonde Mwenda of a new political party, and then I have, at the last Council John Sangwa with the movement that he has come along. Now, today I am calling on all these opposition leaders. I am here in Europe. I have learned about the history of the Romans, and the Romans, when they wanted to conquer the whole world, they used a theory which in Latin we call dividere et impera. Dividere et impera. Divide the people so that you can conquer them. I think, this is my opinion, Mwamba. In Zambia, this is what is happening. Divide the opposition political parties so that you can conquer them. Now, if we have internet, we have social media, and we can learn about this strategy, that's why now, today, I feel like shouting at the opposition leaders, KBF, Brian Mundivile, Person de Mwenda, Bino Mpundo, the Socialist Party, Give Luvinda, Nava Council John Sangwa.
Oh, John Sangwa.
People are crying. People are crying to you. All of you. The question is, I love the country. We love the peace in the country. I don't hate Haka in the Chilema. I hate Haka in the Chilema's politics. I repeat, I don't hate President Haka in the Chilema. But the politics of Haka in the Chilema, they are politics which are toxic, according to me, to the country. So at the moment, this is what we are saying. There is a registration, and the government is not investing so that people can be aware of the registration of their national ID card and the voters' cards. This is dangerous. Now, who can ask the president to say, Your Excellency, President Haka Indepilema, why can't you invest so that there can be awareness to the ordinary Zambian people to understand where, when can they go and register? Where, when, and can they go and register? So, the only people who can force President Hakainde Hichilema to say, Your Excellency, we need to make the people aware of this practice. But on the other side, not to quarter, Bill 7, pending, it's going on its own. For my appeal, and here I conclude, I make an appeal. 1, Your Excellency President Hakainde Hichilema, can you suspend the Bill 7 consultations? Because today, yesterday, and the other day, we have heard complaints from the Zambian people that the exercise of registering for the voters' cards is very poor. This is my appeal. My sincere appeal. I humble myself.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let's hear from other callers again. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. This is Lillian Mutambo calling you from the United Kingdom.
Oh, Lillian, good evening. Thank you very much. Make your contributions.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, I just wanted to encourage everybody to take it upon themselves to go in the markets, especially see the chairmen and women of the markets and ask them if they've registered to vote. We are available to provide transport. They can reach out to me via my inbox. Many people have complained with regards to the voters' registration, and most of the complaints are that they're either finding the machine is not working, there's literally no progress. And this is a deliberate move by President Hakainde Hichilema because he has been told that he's going to lose the elections. So he wants to discourage people. So please do not be discouraged. Remember that your vote is what will remove HH and his bad government from becoming leaders again next year. Every time we always hear UPND say there's no opposition. Well, UPND, what are you scared of if you are not allowing people to register as voters? Clearly, this is pure evidence that you know that Zambian people are not happy with you. That's why you've brought in cyber laws, and now you're preventing people to exercise their own right which is to register to vote. This is where now we can see that President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, may his soul rest in peace, was 2,000 times better than HH. He is a wicked soul. He has a very bad heart. That is why he thought by delaying the impasse in South Africa, he will have, whatever he wants to do in Zambia will be focused on the funeral and people will be discouraged from registering to vote. My people, go in numbers. If you need money for water, we are available. You need money for fuel, we are available. The diaspora network is huge. We've supported Hakainde Hichilema. He never removed a penny. Today, he's trying to, humiliate our democracy. Our constitution is playing around with everything, and we should just sit back and watch him. How dare you, Hakainde Hichilema, want to stop people from exercising their right, their birthright, and that's to be a registered voter. And we also must advocate that we should have an extension to this registration of voters. Dr. Sishua has also emphasized that the ECZ chairperson and her minions, they are all from one region. What do we expect? Can we have opposition leaders going to protest there at ECZ? The youths, rise. This is your right as Zambians. Look at how Kenyans have been doing it. Look at what has happened in Madagascar. Are we HH to destroy our country whilst he's playing chess? We have ECL in the mortuary in South Africa. We have seen what is happening in Kenya. Those two were rivals, but look at what is happening. Surely, can't you see that we have somebody who is suffering upstairs there? And you are busy saying to HH up to 2019. You better rise up now. Please, go in the markets, take it upon yourselves. Door-to-door campaign. All those opposition leaders that have been mentioned and those who are aspiring to be presidents, only one president today has demonstrated that he listened to our cries when we posted on social media to say, can you go and see what is happening in the polling stations? We've seen aspiring President Kalaba in Mansa. Can we have more in Porokoso, in all the regions, even in Southern Province? Let's see what's happening. HH has been registering voters for 2 years now in Southern Province. He's even moved some people from Southern Province to register on the Copper Belt because he knows that he's going to get zeros. Please, if you're a millionaire, inbox me. Give me your money. I will show you where we can direct your money to. Zambians need your help. I know you're comfortable and you're not seeing the cries of the Zambian people. Please, Mwamba, can we do this every day? At least 1 hour every day. Let's encourage people. Let's inspire God. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lillian. Thank you very much. Thank you, Lillian from the United Kingdom. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador Mwamba. Nameless, calling from no man's land. You know me very well.
Thank you. Thank you. Make your contribution, my dear sister.
I agree with what the previous caller, previous one here, when he said that most of the people aren't fully informed about the registration. It's not long ago when I tried to call some of the people that I know, and I was trying to find out if they have already registered, just to be told that they didn't know anything. I was shocked. The first question I asked them was, where do you live? Do you live in Zambia, in Lusaka? They said yes, and these are university students. Yeah, you know, it's very sad. My suggestion is the opposition should now drive themselves into this and give an awareness to everyone. They need organization. You know, they can't just be looking at something, which is so evident, and they just look at it because we don't know what's really happening, really. I'm shattered right now I'm talking to you. This is an appalling situation Zambia is facing today. Why have we tended to be so selfish, really? For what reason? Let's be united. Let's be one, as our motto pronounces. Zambia One Nation. Where are we, really? It's so shocking. I just can't believe it. And you don't know who to ask. You really don't know who to ask. Wewe Mwamba, if yakulanda limoli wala fila kwa nama temukamu. How mwantini TikTok shechi.
Thank you for your contribution, Mama. Continue to speak out. Let's speak out for our country.
On the 24th of October, we'll be celebrating soon. My parents were celebrating on that day. I have grown up not to see such things. What's going on? Is it our Zambia we have always known? I don't think so. I just can't believe it. When I hear the name Zambia, I ask myself, is it the real Zambia? Am I from Zambia? What's happening? Can anyone try and tell us what's going on? This is it. I submit, Mwamba.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Registration across the country from the 13th of October to the 11th of November 2025. If you are 18 years and above, a Zambian citizen and in possession of the Green National Registration Card, NRC, you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. During this registration period, ECZ will be providing the following services: new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors, and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open throughout the week from 8 hours to 17 hours. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
I would rather remain AI foreman.
Yes, please make your contributions.
Mwamba, I'm afraid the UPN is coming next year. I don't support UPND, and I've been really strong against being the UPND. But what is happening? When you see the pressure that is coming from the opposition and the Zambians, it's like the Zambians not to challenge bonse, and no one is talking. Our talking is only ending on social media, on Facebook, on TikTok. Nalami pendera kuchirira bombwe na abadeko kututa register achama machine tabakwete na ayatafua. Kukitwe na abadeko kututa register tabakwete inki na computer na ayifua. Kukasama na abesala de roso bachisara achama machine na ayafua. Kumpika message ya chisa tabasta register bari from hapo achibagawela after 2 weeks. So far as we are talking about Mwamba, Southern Province is still leading Kuma voters. Now it's Lusaka up to now. And now when you look at our sensitization of Mwamba is enough. I can tell you if you this time it is quiet. Na mukitwe mutao ni femu gamuinenga mwaifisha abantu bambitabeshi wono kwishu kurembesha kututa register. Ero wapema voters kaja ya bufina mareji wengi. I'm telling you Mwamba. We have done the surveying, we have done the research, and I can tell you that 80% of Zambians in other provinces, there is nothing happening, literally nothing. They must find out in our provinces there are 15,000. Southern province now is about below 30,000. So if not upon the movement as Zambian movement, not as which is not attached to any political party. Reason being, because not monachi, I'm a political leaders about 21, but no one so fungo. It's like President now was was very fungo, but they pay from social media, via TV. Balandeko bapelera abagwata ma Facebook baba Facebook no kulwa bene bekesho beshiwe nomba bafubeshiwe kulwa bali for abonso kwa president ama election ashira amba which is very shameful. So nga mwarolesha issue that tika background mwarasanga ati ukuwina next year ba UPND kafe kwa timenshi and getting power from these guys it is not something that will just be enough ukuya mu polling station milakatinga ni booth no kuyavota tayakabe enough ukuya fe mu booth no kuvota ukulingana ifite tikapagira count eronga mwamona abere obale tuma ku study register ati bale balipira nkupanga ishineza musheshe bale panga 3/4 za town nga mwasta find out kubi bonsa bali mu provinces ukwambia Lusaka Upper Belt Northern province bose bakwete problem wena statukwete inki tatukwete ngamwadishire ku group kumyesu because not panga WhatsApp group we are trying to protest as Zambians and we are calling everyone meaning Zambians who can support us to do that protest, peaceful protest. The campaign has already started. We have created a government says yes or no, whether the police says yes or no, we have resolved as Zambian youth. The date will be announced later. So we are still doing the findings. If Mwamba, you can help us because we want to make it official to the UN. We have decided to write the letter to the UN, COMESA, AU, American Embassy and other embassies, not Ngende ama media, ama TV stations, some of them from Zambia. We want to do a demonstration in Zambia. Police to pay that.
Thank you, my brother. Come to inbox for that. If you want to come and appear and tell us your cause and what you are doing, we'll be glad to give you this cause and you demonstrate what you are doing. Thank you very much, my brother. Let me take some more calls. Calls are so many. Keep on calling. This is your program. You are the one that summoned this program. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Now just remain anonymous.
Anonymous, make your contribution.
Yeah, so I'm calling from Belgium, Italy. Now, if you reach Kakwena Mchalo Chesu, Nachireta Sano Bulanda. In a fashion in Galanda Fiakwevati, what are the political opposition leaders what they are doing? Because if, let's say, for instance, people want to contest for presidency or they want to contest for power, this is the time when they are deploy their own people and also the resources that they are supposed to, sacrifice at least for the people of Zambia in terms of this propaganda the UN government is trying to propagate. The political parties in a Mwamba about this without fear or favor. I think in Mozambique, in a country, got I call it demon of calmness. What am I saying? This is happening. People who can rise and protest and think from the political leaders. These political leaders, these position, I don't know what we are scared of. It's like everyone has got something to fear. This is the time supposed to come out open, begin to own structures that on the ground, and begin to and also say no to this kind of injustice.
Thank you very much, my brother.
With Taiwan. Okay, but let's say more.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's allow as many callers as possible. Hello, caller, please tell us your name. Yes, caller, tell us your name and where you're calling us from.
Hello, my name is Susan Mwamba.
How of you, Susan, make your contributions.
Yes, Nachimona Mwabosta about the voters registration.
Yes.
I want to give you my experience.
Yes, please.
Today is Friday. I went on Wednesday just to have my voters card verified.
Yes.
So now Sikakulia, I gave the agent the card. So at the I said, Copper Belt. I said, how Copper Belt? Nari voter 2021. So how is it showing? Because in a rectify problem. I talk about I think this lady was talking to the supervisor who was not, on the scene. So she goes, okay, no, the supervisor okay, now change the system, so it's okay. So I went. Just after 2 minutes, the officer followed me and called me. Oh, madam, let me come back. So I went back. He said, no, my supervisor says you need to get a new voter's registration card. I said, why? I tell Wanda to send a fair. So, not okay. She started the process. So as I was doing that, at the Nachi that was talking to my send. No, but supervisor no, it's okay. You can use this same old one. So I said, okay. So I went. So now I went back. I said, no. I can't have two voters cards in my name. So I went back. I said, I want the old one. Therefore, I don't match that printing and therefore I'm label it in my face.
Yeah.
So that's how she got that voter's card and for by so I told her, you know what? Let me be honest with you. I'm not happy, as a citizen of Zambia. If you watch, that's all. Why my voter's card, no supervisor, so your card, but no, she didn't even have anything to explain. So I don't really know what's going on one day.
My sister, you can give me the details. You can SMS the details of the registration center. This is a matter that can be reported. That appears fraud already. They wanted, that's identity theft. They wanted to steal your ID. Thank you very much for that experience. Thank you. That's a unique case. That's a very unique case. Hello, caller. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good evening, Ambassador. Speaking to Joel, calling from Kitwe.
Yes, Joel from Kitwe. Make your contributions.
Yes, I just want to express my disappointment with the ECZ.
Yes.
It's too. They're already showing us to say they are not capable of handling the 2026 general election because they've already started praying far. We are now doubting them to say on whose agenda are they trying to push, because they've given us 1 month to do with this mass registration, and then they haven't even told people in the stations where they found. And this is the first time we are seeing this as Zambians, because most of the time the mass registration that we've witnessed, all the time the ECZ has been sensitizing people, telling people the place they're at, the time they're working, but today people don't even know where they are. Okay, and the sad thing is that when you go there, you even find them crossing on a Friday, crossing at 12 hours. So we're just wondering whose interests are they representing? Because we are aware to say in the strongholds of this government, they started registration a long time ago. So why can't they allow people to have their right, their power, the voters' card? So we are appealing, let them pull up their socks so that they let the will of the people to prevail. Because we can't be having an ECZ whose agenda is not well known by the citizens, because they are there to save us and not the interest whosoever is compromising. So let them know this, to say we are aware of their games and we won't allow it. Let them do the right thing, because they are there for the people of Zambia, not just a certain group. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Caller, please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Good afternoon or evening, Your Excellency.
Good evening.
My name is Uncle J. I'm calling you from New Jersey.
Yes, Uncle J. Make your contributions, my brother.
Thank you very much. First of all, it's very clear, that this government is a democratic way and area. They have demonstrated it. They started by wanting to destroy the opposition. Now they want to defranchise the people of Zambia, the right to vote. This is how evil this government is. And again, I want to appeal, to the opposition. The opposition must wake up, You know, they must understand that they're no longer dealing with a democratic, government like we had the MMD, we had the PF. These are totally different. These people are evil and are not ashamed at what they do. So the opposition will continue a laissez-faire kind of approach. We are not going to have anything to talk about because these have intended, they have planned, they have purposed to destroy anything, be it from ordinary people, the political parties. Their aim is really to destroy and remain in power at all costs, even using lies and force. This is the kind of government that we have. So the opposition must be willing, first of all, to spend money as well. Let them go. Most of these opposition, members, especially the MPs, they are coming from constituencies. They must be able to facilitate on the sensitization as well as, mobilizing funds for people to travel and move wherever the registration is taking place. Then secondly, we ought to mobilize as a nation. We need to call, because Nandazaromis, McDonald Chipenzi, they have clearly demonstrated that these do not mean well. They'll always serve the interest of their political party. For the first time, we have cadres running ECZ. We need to protest and make sure that these people are removed from there. There is no way we are going to have a free and fair election with those cadres at ECZ. So my appeal really to the opposition, you need to do more. You need to do more. You are not just dealing with a normal person. No, we are dealing with a person that is evil at heart and means, his aim is basically to destroy Zambia. He doesn't care. He's so self-centered. Everything should just bend towards him. This is the kind of a leader we have. But he has to allow us as Zambians to choose our own leader. They should not defranchise us. When you look at the numbers, I was talking to somebody from Southern Province. This registration is running smoothly. Another one in Northwestern Province, it's running smoothly. They are there. They've been counting. In fact, she had gone there. They went to an area in Mfumbwe. They went 2 months ago, and they've been registering very well. But when it comes to these other places where they know, Lusaka, Central Province, Copper Belt, Northern, and other regions, they are playing games. It's a deliberate move. He knows he doesn't have the capacity to win an election when all these provinces actually register to vote. He knows that he will definitely lose. So they are using that as a means. So opposition, please, we are appealing to you. Can you do what you're supposed to do? Release, if whatever money that you have, people are willing to contribute, just learn to coordinate us. We'll be able to contribute and make sure we mobilize for people to register as voters. I thank you very much, Ambassador.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Registration across the country from the 13th of October to the 11th of November 2025. If you are 18 years and above, a Zambian citizen and in possession of the Green National Registration Card, NRC, you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. During this registration period, ECZ will be providing the following services: new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors, and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open throughout the week from 8 hours to 17 hours. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
CF new, President new, MP new, Council Chairman new, na Councilor new, Chipani new.
registration across the country from the 13th of October to the 11th of November 2025. If you are 18 years and above, a Zambian citizen and in possession of the Green National Registration Card, NRC, you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. During this registration period, ECZ will be providing the following services: new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open throughout the week from 8 hours to 17 hours. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
CF new, President new, MP new, Council Chairman new, na Councillor new, Chipadi new.
6. This story I'm hearing that the president has apita, koma ma MP na makansela bazaluza. Manje president azasebe berani. Manje president muniona nilibe zero ine. Manje president azasebeza bwanje eka. Azasebeza bwanje president eka. Mukanipasa ma independence mu parliament muja nikabauza oti lamulo tiende uko vakana. How is the president going to run a government? The president needs councillors. The president needs council chairpersons. The president needs mayors. The president needs MPs. The president needs ministers. Ndiye suti yo 2026 tifuna suti. Ngati tina vuto na MP watu ni mukazika panzi iwe bwera mkale hapa. Iwe kala. Zambia, Muma councils where we have no council chairpersons, we have no mayors, tivutika. Tifuno gwira nchito, mayor akamba vinango. Tifuna mulusaka, mayor watu mulusaka mungo, mayor watu. Zambia, Kukopa Belt, all the districts, we have mayors except Ndola and Kitwe. 2026, we want our own mayor in Ndola. Ndiye nkani yo?
CF new, President new, MP new, Council Chairman new, na Councillor new, Chipadi new.
Registration across the country from the 13th of October to the 11th of November 2025. If you are 18 years and above, a Zambian citizen and in possession of the Green National Registration Card, NRC, you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. During this registration period, ECZ will be providing the following services: new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open throughout the week from 8 hours to 17 hours. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Caller, we have a caller. Please, caller, tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yeah, can I go ahead?
Yes, please go ahead. Tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
This is Mwansa calling from Johannesburg, South Africa.
Yes, Mwansa, make your contributions.
Yeah, it's quite disheartening, to find that our country is being run down like that. You know, I would want to urge the opposition party to come together and make sure that they help from the grassroots to make sure that people vote. We don't want them just to be advocating for presidency, you know. And this is a this is a litmus test for them, you know, because they must know that without sensitizing the masses, most especially those who are disadvantaged, where the vote's going to come from. And we don't want them to be crying foul afterwards to start, you know, trying to take the court if the elections are rigged. It's very difficult when somebody wins to go and, you know, uproot him. So, you know, so it's better now. We must put measures. I don't know, even you, Mr. Mwamba, you've been in governments all along. I think you should also help to suggest what should be done to make sure that some loopholes for you know, rigging are sealed. I remember there's one caller that not I think it's in the previous time who said that you know, during the registration of the cards, so they take the names of the people, but I don't know where they take them to. So don't you think that these same names, they can be used to create ghost voters, so that you know, their numbers can be more than you know, the opposition. And mind you, the fact that in their region, in strongholds, everything is going smoothly, this is an indication that these people, they know that if they are to do things in a straightforward manner, they are not going to win. So it's up to us. This is the time that we must make sure that all those loopholes are arrested, and we must make sure that all the opposition parties, we don't just want people who just go to the media and start talking about it. This is where we should do the workouts. All those leaders who are speaking nice English there, we don't want that nice English. We want action. And this is a problem, even us here. You know, in the Zambians, I don't know, this is a problem. Even us in South Africa, you find that people, once they come here, they just want to be secluded. Mr. Mwamba, you know, also you lived in diaspora. You see how Zambians, I've got more friends from West Africa and other people, because we are coordinated. If you find a Zambian, you find him wanting to stay on his own. So this lack of oneness, I think, is what is going to cause our country to you know, to get destroyed. Ever since I was born in the 60s there, I've never experienced load shedding. Me, I'm enjoying electricity, but it pains me because I'm a Zambian to hear that there's that load shedding. So I mean, we must work hard. We must make sure, most especially, I think the onus is on the opposition parties. They must make sure that they sacrifice. If there's any contribution that we must do as in diaspora, as long as the route is genuine, we are ready to contribute, so that you know, transport can go and take people from the grassroots. And also, if we can form a certain fund where we can contribute to make sure that the sensitization is done, and I mean, money for gen sets, so that, you know, the registration goes smoothly. Because once we miss this opportunity to register, whilst in southern province and other provinces they are doing the registration, we are being disadvantaged. Let's not just, you know, waste our time talking on the social media. We must be doers. We must be doers. Let's not do a lot of talking. Let's do more action to make sure that when, you know, the way I've seen Akainde with all this impasse, with you know, it's got a bad heart. So even if you win him, even if you win this man, I don't think he's going to succumb to the loss that you know, easily. But the best way, you know, so if you have to win this person, you make sure that you win by a bigger margin, so that even if he wants to protest, it will not be possible. So those are the sentiments I wanted to air.
Thank you very much, my dear brother, and thank you for calling. Thank you very much. We'll be closing soon. If you have any calls to call, make your calls now.
Kala, my sister. Nchikala kuchoma, tetimika radio, tetimika.
Oh, kuchoma. Nomba kuchoma ati vale chita register no bushiku.
Yes.
He, nomba abantu kuchoma ku Southern Province bengi tabapwa.
Baambire marriage, marriage baambire nakubaiki. Nalilandire feeling pamena blaze. Napawena queen mpumi nalilandire. Gama munafe bakateka bayisa kono. Nishi lyashiri abale bonfye ndeki. Bale bonfye abantu balingira mu mishi deep. Deep up to nanomba nifima voters of bale chita swap. Unstoppable of bale chita swap.
Nisha abantu bale kufwaya.
So ndefo alimbinde yansende nangumairo. Every chita
Aho mukayesenda tukachita protect amavotes bakafingishira PSF. Tukachita protect kuingisha fira koma nawo sanga bashishita taba akafingishe. Baka ichusha fi bale onaola fempia. Mule pepera kufe chalo chesu no kulanda kwefine mule twebako. Mukwae.
Ati kuno the province takwina chira mwana pali bakalaba.
Na ina nintamba video apapene. Ama light yala yoko mwikala imwe.
Iphone 24/7 nangumira ngenje kamera ninkwatanya mema light swap.
Tayaya.
Tangwante.
Iye mwelesa. Ha.
Na mimi na ni free shirin tact if you set up a problem ya light kunao.
Esa kabra mwakapaturu kanyesha tala mwana pwefia befi.
This is the reality. Na mkombo ni monse laba kwata malaita abantu tabakwata problem hii. Ifika la mtown area awe 24/7.
But mule mwana shani situation uko bali sekera mwefi fiateka ba brurusheso.
Bengi bale msupporta.
Kuko kumwabo.
Yes, caller, please hold on.
Kama light tayaya.
But futi uli bambi abalela ndata atunasha atuchima. Atunasha nomba tulechula. Batana bambo kulanda but ninda nimbono lelanda jawa aleya katana kubulimi aleya.
Registration across the country from the 13th of October to the 11th of November 2025. If you are 18 years and above, a Zambian citizen and in possession of a Green National Registration Card, NRC, you qualify to register. If you registered in 2020 or during continuous registration of voters and you still have your voter's card, you don't need to register again. During this registration period, ECZ will be providing the following services: new registrations, replacement of lost, destroyed or defaced voters' cards, transfers from one polling station to another, claims for omission on the register of voters, corrections of clerical errors and removal of deceased voters. Registration centers will be open throughout the week from 8 hours to 17 hours. Register now. It's your right. It's your choice. This message is brought to you by the Electoral Commission of Zambia.
Thank you very much. Today we're hosting a special urgent broadcast to discuss the voter registration exercise. It seems to have fallen into crisis. And I thought with your many calls that you shared, you thought that this matter should come to the fore, should be presented to the nation so that you can contribute. Another matter that has raised a lot of dust is the issue of Bill 7 and the technical committee that was appointed by the president. It appears that many people are opposed to that process because of the direction and guidance that was given to the president about that process. That number one, Bill 7 is dead. Number two, if you were to set up a technical committee, it should be a committee representing wide stakeholders. It has not. For example, there is a priest, but there is no church mother bodies there. How that priest found himself on that row, no one knows. There is a lawyer, but Law Association of Zambia is not represented, because how you deal with these matters is by writing to the entities themselves. Then they know who can deal with that particular matter. But this was not done. There have been direct appointments from State House. So the technical committee is not as advised by the Constitutional Court. It's actually an abrogation of the Constitutional Court. So a lot of people have expressed concern. But today we're discussing the voter registration exercise. Our people said there are a lot of polling stations that have not opened where to register as voters the entire week. Even when it were open, there were excuses. We have no ink, the camera is not working. There was a reason, Jen said Takudi, and our people didn't register. And what awakened me were the numerous reports that there is no problem in the regions that are deemed to be UPND stronghold, such as Southern Province, Western Province, and Northwestern Provinces, and that these processes for voter registration have been going on very well. And remember, there has been allegations that both NRC issuance, which is a prerequisite, especially for first-time voters to get before they register as voters, the process has been going on very smoothly, secret NRC issuance for over a year in the stronghold of the UPND. How did we know about it? Because the people that were conducting these exercises, in many ways, they were not paid and were not paid on time. And they began to complain to social media. And you saw all those online entities complain about these secret NRC issuance. We've arrived now at the same place in voter registration, that it has not gone very well in areas that are deemed to be opposition areas. We even have now the cases of identity theft. The many callers from Lusaka are saying when you register in Lusaka, the UPND have officers that are stationed outside them, their cadres with pen and paper, and they are saying, come, we record your voter's card. People are asking, for what purpose is that? Then there's someone who just came for verification of voters, and they subjected her to the registration of voters. And when they issued the first one, they said, no, you don't need to get it. The old one will work. And she expressed surprise. She's an work citizen, and she went back to the registration officer and challenged her, can you destroy that card that you issued in my name? That's a second card you issued. Can you destroy it in my presence? So we came because you asked. We came to broadcast because you said there was a national crisis which we needed to discuss. Let's see how it settles by tomorrow and Monday. Tomorrow we might have a broadcast, but Monday we have Dr. Grieve Chelwa, an economist, and is going to give wide-ranging opinions about the state of our country as we go and march towards 2026, the state of our economy, the current budget that was issued. Please look forward to that debate. Today was Friday. Most of you are resting or have gone for entertainment, but you called that we should come and make this broadcast.
Why? Kala my sister. Oh, kuchoma. Nomba kuchoma ati vale chita register n'obushiku.
Yes.
He, nomba abantu kuchoma ku Southern Province bengi tabapwa.
Baambire mu marriage baambire na kubaiki nalirandire efi mpabe na Blaze napabe na Queen Mpumi nalirandire efi gama munafe bakateka bayisa kono nishi lyashiri abale bonfye ndeki bale bonfye abantu balingira mu mishi deep up to nanomba nefima voters of bale chita swap and stop it both bale chita swap
Nisha banta bale kufuaya.
So therefore alimbinde yansende nangumairo. Every chitikaso.
Aho muka yesenda tukachita protect amavoti vakafingishira PSF. Tukachita protect kuingisha fita koma nawo sanga bashishita taba akafingishe. Baka ichusha fi bale onaola fempia. Mule pepera kufe chalo chesu no kulanda kwefine mule twebako. Mukwae.
Ati kuno then province takwina chira mona pali bakalaba.
Na ina nintamba video hapa pene. Ama light yala yoko mwikala imwe?
Awe 24/7 nangumira nje kamera ninkwatanya mema light swap.
Tayaya.
Tangwante.
Iye mwelesa. Ha.
Na mimi na ni free shiri intact. If you set up a problem ya light kunao.
Eso akabra mwakapaturu akanisha tala mwana pwe fia befi.
This is the reality. Na mkombo ni monse nabakwata malaita abantu tabakwata problem hii. Ikwakika mtauni hivi awe 24/7.
But mule mwana shani situation uko bali sekera mwe fia teka ba brurushesu.
Bengi vale msapota.
Kuko kumwabo?
Yes.
Kama light tayaya.
But futi kuli bambi abalela ndata atunasha atuchima. Atunasha nomba tulechula. Batana bambo kulanda but ninda nimbona balela ndata aleya ikata na kubulimi ale.
6. This story I'm hearing that the president has apita koma ma MP na makansela bazaluza manje president azasebe berani manje president muniona ati nilibe zero ine manje president azasebeza bwanje eka azasebeza bwanje president eka mukanipasa ma independence mu parliament muja nikabauza uti lamulo tiende uko bakana. How is the president going to run a government? The president needs councillors. The president needs council chairpersons. The president needs mayors. The president needs MPs. The president needs ministers. Ndiye suti yo 2026 tifuna suti. Ngati tina vuto na MP watu ni mukazika panzi iwe bwera nkale hapa. Iwe kala. Zambia, muma councils where we have no council chairpersons, we have no mayors, tivutika. Tifuno gwira nchito, mayor akamba vinango. Tifuna mulusaka, meya watu mulusaka muno, meya watu. Zambia, kukopa belt, all the districts, we have mayors except Ndola and Kitwe. 2026, we want our own mayor in
CF new, President new, MP new, Council Chairman